Hello everyone, so today we are headed to a nearby town. It's about an hour away. We go into town about once a week now just to pick up supplies. One thing is here on our homestead, we are not independent as far as food goes. There's still a high probability that I will have to leave back to the States to work at any moment. So we really don't want to invest in gardens and animals and things there. We have to be present and take care of them. So we are dependent on going into town. It's about an hour away and we just wanted you guys to tag along to see some of the prices and to check it out. So let's go. Vamos! Guajalotes! Look at this giant maguey agave thing. This is as big as my truck. It's massive. This road we're taking to the nearby town of Miahuatlan used to be the only road to get from Oaxaca City to the coast. So this used to have tons of traffic coming through it. So there's all these little businesses, negocios along the way. But just a couple weeks ago, they opened a brand new highway from Oaxaca to the coast, which only takes about 2.5 hours, I believe. So it shaved off 4 or 5 hours from the old route. But what that did is it did affect a lot of these small businesses, a lot of restaurants, and it doesn't have nearly the amount of traffic that it had before. So I mean, we can definitely tell the difference. Mushrooms here are pretty popular. Maria Sabina. I just checked today what the conversion rate is for pesos to dollars, and today it's 16.84 pesos for every dollar. So it's actually been dropping. It's pretty low. When I first got out here, it was more or less 20 pesos per dollar, so it was a lot easier to do the math with just 20 per dollar. So you could just say 100 pesos, $5, and just kind of go from there. 1,000 pesos, $50. So I still kind of do that just out of habit, but in reality, it's dropped a lot, and that's changed, unfortunately. So it is 16.84. So as we go through our prices, as I'm talking about things, I'll throw up on the screen what the price translates to in US dollars from Mexican pesos. The most common gas station chain here in Mexico, Pemex. Looks like unleaded is 24.36 pesos per liter. This is our first stop, the lavanderia. This is where we leave all of our clothes, just for Vanessa and I. It's just worth it for us to leave the clothes here. They do full service, wash, dry, fold, and we pick it up before we head back. And that usually costs around 100 pesos for that faster service, but it's just worth it for us to save that time it would take to hand wash on the property. So we'll leave this here right now and be on our way. But we do hand wash everything that belongs to Aiden here. Now we're at the OXXO. I'm gonna refill Vanessa and mine's phones with service. Everyone uses like pay-as-you-go phones here. I use Telcel, and I'm gonna maybe get some ice cream or something. So let's go on inside. What's next? Let's see, I want like a mineral water. Yeah. What is that? That's $16.50, so about $1 for some mineral water. Well, ice cream. I'm gonna go with ice cream sandwich. I don't know if you can see that, but for my ice cream sandwich, 26 pesos. My mineral water, $16.50. And I put 50 pesos on each of our telephones. So the total came out to 142.50 pesos in total. So once in a very, very great while, we wash the truck. So for 120 pesos, they're gonna wash inside and out real profusely. So she needs it. I neglect her. Vanessa gets on to me about it. So I don't know, once in a while, for 120 pesos, we can wash her nice and good. All right, so while they're washing, I don't know how long it'll take, but just across the street, it looks like there's some food. I ordered 4 steak quesadillas, so 2 and 2 for Vanessa and I, and each one costs 30 pesos. So 30 times 4, 120 pesos. All right, so 120 for Carwash, 120 for 4 steak quesadillas. I'm gonna get some salsa and everything. So yeah, just a comedor familiar, el rancherito. ¿Y ustedes tienen salsa también? ¿Como salsa verde? ¿O
Roja sería.
roja está bien? Roja está bien.
Sí.
Sí. So we got 4 quesadillas total. This is 1 plate, but look, it comes with pepitas, little dried sardines here, avocado, a little salad, some nopales, all for 120 pesos for the 2.
Despacito, mi amor.
Little dried salty fish. So they're actually pretty common. You see them a lot, along with like dried crickets, grasshoppers that they eat. What do they call them? I'll think of the name again. I'll ask Vanessa. But there they are, little fishies, dried. The little grasshoppers and insects that they all eat are chapulines. That's what they're called. ¿Y cómo se dicen esos peces?
Charales.
Charales?
Ah.
So we're picking up some produce here. We're getting 30 pesos per kilo for tomatoes. ¿Y qué más? Espinaca? All right, I'm gonna find some spinach here. Let's see, we got calabazas, jalapenos, espinaca, spinach. Oh yeah, look at Verde. She's a whole new truck, looking nice and clean. All right, so we just finished up at the Mercado. 24 pesos for some tomatoes and some chilies. We're not buying a whole lot today because we are gonna leave here pretty soon and we don't want a bunch of perishables that we're just not gonna use. So we've only got a few days. We're not gonna buy a whole lot. So at least you can see some of what we do or how we do our purchases. But this isn't exactly how it always goes. This is gonna be a much lighter trip in general. So we're at the Bodega Aurrera. It's owned by Walmart, but this is like the largest super center that we have near us. This is where we buy a lot of our purchases. It's just a lot more affordable and they have everything in one spot, so we can try to just do this as clean as possible and quick. So let's go inside, let's see what we got. So the Bodega, it's basically just a smaller version of Walmart. Their section of electronics and knickknacks, refrigerators, it's pretty small. It's basically just a corner here at the entrance. And then the rest of it's basically a grocery store. So there you have it. They have some mattresses, they got some blenders, but it's all a pretty small selection. And then you enter your produce. We got our dairy. Something I always found really fascinating here is that their cold and frozen section is just such a small portion of their, I don't know, grocery stores. In like the United States, we'll have aisles and aisles, 4 or 5 aisles, 2 sides of cold and frozen foods. Here in Mexico, this is just one side of your dairy, some produce at the end, and then there's another wall of just some ice cream, but really small selection. Definitely not what we're accustomed to in the States. Yogurts. Here's some produce. And all this is per kilo, so 36 pesos per kilo. We usually buy a bunch of these cuties. They have them individual, which is weird here rather than a large bag. But like I said, today we're not buying a lot of stuff that that's perishable. We've got a bunch of apples still. Here's some milk. A lot of milk they have, but the milk we buy in boxes actually. So it's boxed milk and it's not refrigerated. It's actually like plant-based, so we use that a lot mainly. Here we got some paper products, got some eggs. Let's see, what's the price of how many eggs? We usually buy the El Calvario here. It looks like, what's the price? It's like 80 pesos for how many? Some bananas, 22.90 pesos per kilo. Here you got your chips, your snacky, junky food. Alright, you got some pineapples, sandia, watermelon. What is that? 18.90 per kilo. More tomatoes, pepinos, cebolla. The cereal cookie aisle. I try not to buy too much stuff here, but sometimes I get excited. I do. We buy these saladitas. They're like little salt crackers that are pretty good. They're like a little over $1 each one. These are pretty delicious. We eat a lot of those. What? Emperador sabor nuez. I don't know. I think I'm probably not gonna get anything from here this time. Here's our bread section. Let's see. I don't know. I really like this artesano bread. It's like white bread. I know it's probably not very good for you, but it tastes so delicious. And it is not that price right there. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's not there. Sometimes we'll get this one, the Oro wheat, for $84.50. For 137 pesos, I'm getting some vegetable oil. I always get this big one because I also use it as like bar oil for my chainsaw. It's just better for the environment. 155 pesos for the big mayonnaise. I don't know, they always have lime in their mayonnaise here. But 155 pesos, and it's the big one because I'm a gringo and I like my mayonnaise. All right, we got Aiden's diapers, the Absorsec, the 80 count jumbo number 5, Mambo number 5. No, that's not it. 300 pesos. So 300 pesos diapers for Aiden. We actually bought some reusable diapers that you wash by hand, and the pad that you take out, it just wasn't absorbent enough, and he was just leaking all the time. So unfortunately, we are using disposable diapers, and I hate it. I'm sorry, planet. Forgive me. Here's the milk we usually buy. We'll get, comes by the liter, 16 pesos. I don't know, that's not it. Here it is, 20 pesos, a little over $1 for, yeah, Nutri. And it's plant-based. So this is what we get for milk. We just buy like 3 or 4 of these per week. Here we have bolillo. We make like tortas, sandwiches out of these. It's like 2 pesos per, so we always get us a nice, happy, healthy bag of that. They're delicious, and these are nice and warm and fresh, yummy. We got some frozen berries, there's some frozen burgers. But yeah, frozen section, pretty small, pales in comparison to what I see in the US. We're waiting in line here. This is our little cart today, so not a whole lot, like I said, just a little bit. So we'll see how much this all comes out to and get on out of here. They didn't have Aiden's specialty formula here, and that is kind of hard to find, so we're gonna run around to some other pharmacies and hopefully we can come across it. Otherwise, I don't know what we're gonna do. For all of our purchases here at the Bodega Aurrera today, came out to $936.30, so I'll put that in US dollars. So for this cart, 936.30 pesos. So look at that beautiful, clean truck. Oh man, I just gotta get more of this because this isn't gonna last at all. Those dirt roads and everything, this is not going to last. But she looks good. Yeah, Verde. We're on our way back to the house, so we purchased pretty much everything we needed. Like I said, just a short trip this time around. This definitely isn't very representative of our usual once a week trips to town. Usually we'll have way more produce and purchases from the bodega. This time, yep, just quick, a couple important things. The main thing was the formula. We didn't find it. We did have to order it. So I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow. So when I come back tomorrow, I'll just do a quick trip, pick up the formula, and I will also get some gas and take care of another thing for our property to get it put in our name, but that's about it. So thanks for tagging along. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and follow along. Thanks for watching and seeing this little window into our life. Thanks, bye.